Hello, everybody. It is Tuesday, September 23rd, and welcome back to the Nick Watkins Show. I'm Nick Watkins. Let's get into it. So, only one game happened last night for the Bay Area teams. That is the Giants, and they played the Cardinals at home, and well, it didn't go so well. Giants lost 6-5. Cardinals 6 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. Giants 5 runs on 7 hits and 2 errors. And with that loss, the season is essentially all but over. I mean, unless the Mets lose out, the Reds lose out, and we win every single game, it's basically over. So we're not mathematically eliminated, but we pretty much are. And it's very unfortunate considering how on the road trip the starting pitching was excellent, but the bullpen and especially the offense was terrible on the road trip. And now the Giants score 5 runs, actually get base runners. They actually hit 2 homers yesterday. Ramos had a homer and Rafael also had a homer. And the bullpen was very good, but Justin Verlander, who had an ERA of I believe 0.87, it was a sub 1 ERA over his last 5 starts, and he gave up 6 runs, 4 of them being earned over 4 and a third innings. And the win, however, went to Michael McGreevy, and the save went to Romero, and Verlander took the loss. So it was a very unfortunate loss last night. Had a chance, but you know, couldn't couldn't win the game, and it's it's basically the season. So if we lose today, season's basically over. Um, or I think it might actually be literally us mathematically eliminated if we lose tonight. So let's not lose tonight. Let's just go over who's pitching. It's gonna be Webby, the right guy you want on the mound in this kind of game, and Andre Palante is gonna be pitching for the Cardinals. Just it's hard to be optimistic about the team right now, especially considering where we were and now where we are. It's frustrating. But there was another baseball game that happened yesterday that was very exciting and also had playoff implications, and that was the Padres and the Brewers in San Diego. And our division rival had clinched a playoff spot. They clinched one of the wild card spot. Actually, they still could win the division, I believe. But they did clinch a playoff spot in walk-off fashion last night when Freddie Fermin hit a walk-off single in the 11th inning, and San Diego is going to the playoffs. San Diego, the team that we led by multiple games over the summer, that team is going to the playoffs. Um, I'm still salty about it. But the playoffs for the MLB are looking very good, even without us in it. It's going to be very exciting. We'll do a predictions video once it all gets set and we know who's going to be in it. But just going over the division and wild card races, they are very exciting. If you start in the AL East, the Blue Jays lead the Yankees by 2 games, and the Red Sox are 3 games back of the Yankees, so 5 back of the Blue Jays. Um, the most exciting division battle is happening in the AL Central, where the Detroit Tigers lead the Guardians by 1 game, and they face off in a 3 game series that starts tonight. It is just division rivalry baseball with incredible amount of meaning late in September. It doesn't get much better than that. And basically, whoever wins this series, there's a good chance they win the division. So we'll be keeping an eye on that for sure. The AL West looks like this. It's the Mariners leading the Astros by 3 games. The Rangers are 8 back. Not sure if they probably can't win the division. Actually, I don't think they might make the wild card. They literally can't win the division. The Phillies have locked up the NL East. The Brewers have locked up the NL Central, and the Dodgers lead the Padres by 2.5 games. 2.5 because the Padres won yesterday while the Dodgers did not play. So for the 6 divisions in baseball, still very much up for grabs, especially in the American League. All 3 of those divisions are not locked up yet. The Phillies and Brewers are the only teams who have won their division and clinched home field advantage for at least one round in the playoffs. And looking at the wild card race in the American League, you got the Yankees, who are up 4.5 games, or sorry, 4 games. The Red Sox are up half a game on the tie for the last wild card spot. The Guardians and the Astros are tied there, and the Rangers are 5 games back. So, not there are 7 teams who are in playoff spots, but only 6 of those teams can make it. So, it's really the Yankees have got themselves a cushion up 4 games. They're probably going to take the first wild card spot, and they will play the 3 seed. But the Red Sox, the Guardians, and the Astros are separated by 1 game, and only 2 of those teams are going to make it. So one of those teams won't make it, and if the Guardians lose um, the series to the Tigers, it could be them. Um, but on the other side, on the other hand, if the Guardians win this series, then the Tigers might be the ones who miss the playoffs or are in the wild card spot. So the AL wild card race between the 3 teams is very close. And then in the National League, this is the one we've been paying attention to for weeks on end. And unfortunately, it was very winnable. You know, we had a shot and we missed it. And we couldn't capitalize here late in the season, and it's just very unfortunate. But looking at teams who were able to capitalize, the Cubs up 8 games on the 6th seed, and they've clinched. The Padres, like I said, had clinched last night, up 5.5, trying to chase down the Dodgers in the West. But this is where it gets interesting. Is for the last wild card spot, the Mets, who were in contention for the NL East a month ago, have had a very rough stretch, a rough month, and that allowed us to get back into it, but we couldn't take advantage of that. Forget about that. The Reds have won 5 in a row, are now tied with the Mets for the last wild card spot, and the D-backs, who sold big at the deadline, are now a game back of the final wild card spot, which, you know, just adds insult to injury, I guess. It could have been us. It's not. It probably won't be unless a miracle happens. But yeah, the Reds, the Mets, and the D-backs fighting for the last wild card spot in the NL. The Red Sox, Guardians, and Astros fighting for the 2 wild card spots in the American League. This MLB playoff race is coming down to the wire. It's so unbelievably close. Um, it's going to be so entertaining. We'll be looking at it as the season is less than a week away from being over. The regular season is less than a week away from being over. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait to update you guys on it. Be sure to watch, though, because there are lots of good games. Like I said, the Tigers and the Guardians are having a fight for the AL Central, and they play a 3 game series. The Red Sox go up north to Toronto, and that has massive implications on the East and also the wild card. The Mets and the Cubs, those are 2 wild card teams going to go at it. And the Dodgers and the D-backs, also good. And the Brewers and the Padres are also good games. So lots of good series going on right now in the MLB. The playoff race is coming down to the wire, even though the Giants are unfortunately no longer a part of it, unless a miracle happens. So we'll be looking for a miracle, we'll be hoping and praying for a miracle. But even if we don't make it, it's going to be super entertaining. And this year, there are a lot of teams that can make it, and we'll discuss that in another episode. But MLB is shaping up to have a fantastic finish, and we'll be monitoring that. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.